early Jewish dream interpreters and their influence on Christian dream interpretation. Introduction. Dream interpretation is an ancient practice prevalent in many cultures, including early Judaism. Long before Christianity emerged, Jewish scholars and interpreters actively engaged with dreams, seeking to uncover their meanings and significance. This essay explores notable early Jewish dream interpreters, their approaches to understanding dreams, and how these practices compare to the perspectives on dream interpretation found in early Christianity, particularly in the teachings of Jesus. Early Jewish dream interpretation. In ancient Judaism, dreams were often considered a conduit through which God communicated with humanity. The Hebrew Bible contains numerous accounts of dreams that held prophetic significance. For instance, the dreams of Joseph, both in his own narrative and those he interpreted for Pharaoh, exemplify dreams as vehicles of divine revelation. Genesis 37, 40-41. Joseph's ability to interpret dreams positioned him as a prominent figure in early Jewish thought regarding the importance of dreams. Another notable figure is Daniel, who was celebrated for his interpretative skills during the Babylonian exile. The book of Daniel recounts how he interpreted Nebuchadnezzar's dreams, emphasizing themes of divine sovereignty and prophetic visions of future kingdoms. Daniel 2. Daniel's interpretations demonstrate that dreams were not merely personal reflections, but also held collective and political significance. In addition to these biblical figures, texts from the Second Temple period, such as the Talmud, delve deeper into dream interpretations. The Talmud includes various traditions and methods for interpreting dreams, characterized by a more systematic approach. The interpretations often relied on symbolic meanings, cultural associations, and even humor. For instance, a Talmudic source asserts that dreams may reflect one's desires, with good dreams demanding action to fulfill their positive implications. One prominent Jewish dream interpreter was Rabbi Abaye, who lived in the 4th century CE. He compiled several dream interpretations found in the Talmud, where dreams were classified into categories based on their content and emotional resonance. These interpretations sometimes served both practical and ethical functions, reflecting a concern for the individual's spiritual state and well-being. Early Christian perspectives on dream interpretation. With the advent of Christianity, dream interpretation continued to flourish, but shifted in context and meaning. Jesus' approach to dreams, while not extensively documented, reflects a continuation of the Jewish tradition. In the New Testament, dreams feature prominently in the narratives surrounding the nativity of Jesus. For example, Joseph, the earthly father of Jesus, is guided by angelic messages in dreams, leading him to take protective action for his family. Matthew 1:20-13. This underscores the belief in divine communication through dreams, a concept carried over from Jewish interpretation. Moreover, the early Christian writers, such as the Church Fathers, engaged with dreams as manifestations of divine will or moral instruction. The allegorical and spiritual interpretations of dreams became central to Christian thought. Dreams were viewed as opportunities for divine revelation, often used to guide believers in their spiritual journeys. One notable figure in early Christianity is Saint Augustine, who wrote extensively about dreams in his work, Confessions. Augustine approached dreams with a more philosophical lens, reflecting on their nature and significance. He recognized that dreams could be ambiguous and might reflect both divine messages and the subconscious mind's desires. His reflections indicate a transition from strict prophetic interpretation to a more nuanced understanding of dreams as complex psychological phenomena. Comparison of Jewish and Christian dream interpretation. The fundamental difference between early Jewish and Christian dream interpretation lies in their contextual applications. In early Judaism, dreams were closely tied to prophetic tradition, emphasizing direct communication from God. Figures like Joseph and Daniel conveyed a sense of authority and communal significance in dream interpretation, likely rooted in their historical and political contexts. In contrast, early Christian interpretation, while maintaining the belief in divine communication, focused more on individual moral instruction and personal revelation. The emphasis shifted toward how dreams could edify or instruct believers, reflecting a more personal and communal spirituality. The integration of philosophical reflection, particularly through figures like Augustine, further complicated dream interpretations, incorporating human psychology alongside divine intent. Conclusion. The practice of dream interpretation in early Jewish culture laid the groundwork for subsequent developments in early Christianity. Figures such as Joseph and Daniel exemplified the importance of dreams as a means of divine communication. As Christianity emerged, this tradition evolved, with early Christian interpretations emphasizing personal revelation and moral guidance. While both traditions recognize the significant role of dreams, their purposes and interpretations diverged, illustrating the dynamic interplay between cultural, theological, and psychological perspectives across religious landscapes.